Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your February reading. So let's see what we have for you. We're going to pull out some oracle cards first and get a gist of what we got. So we have Martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or cause. Okay. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Taurus, this is going to be a deep one, okay? So we have travel, circle of life, fear, elder, dark thoughts, and instinct, wolf. Right off the back, Taurus, I see that you've made some giant changes in your life. And it's like you made a lot of changes and transitions and shifts. And now you're sort of standing in a spot in February where you're like, okay, now what? Right? Because there's some conflicting, like old energy and new energy. Because it's like you're a creature of habit and you want to hold on to habits that you had, but you're in a new transition. You're in a new energy and you have to do new things. And there's a bit of conflict in that. Okay. So let's jump into these cards and see what we have for you for February, Taurus. Okay. All right. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. King of Swords. Wow. Yeah. Ten of Wands. Four of Swords. Four of Wands. Magician. The Chariot. King of Pentacles. Let's see what's on the bottom. Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. Yeah, there very much is you took a risk of some sort. I can see it, okay? And now you're trying to find like a pattern of routine and it's hard. Let's figure out why it's hard, because it's very interesting with the Four of Swords in the middle, because you feel like at rest. Like you feel like you've done a lot of things and things are kind of either at a standstill or a calm. But it's almost good that it's there, because it's like you need to reevaluate what to do next or what the next steps are. And you want them to be solid steps. Like you want them to be the ones that make you successful. You don't want to make a failure. You don't want to try, not try, but it's like you don't want to trial and error. You just want to know where to go to do it right. I will say that I am proud of you, because I can see here for taking the risk. It's something that you feel like you needed to do for yourself, but you need to be open in February to the idea that you may not have all the answers, right? So especially with the Heart Guardian, it's like you need to open yourself to compassion for yourself and for others, because you may be a little bit nippy or bitey because you're a little bit fidgety about what to do next. And you may be a little bit like, sort of short with people. So have compassion with others and also be compassionate with yourself. This is a new journey. It's a new direction. You're not going to have all the information right off the back. Okay. Yeah, it's like the first thing that I see is you don't know in February where to go. You're trying to be very logical and very smart about the choices that you make. You're not just jumping into things. Um, I feel a little bit of, this is interesting, a little bit of grandeur in the way you thought things would go. Um, like maybe you were so busy, or if things were so complicated, or it was so hard, and then you got there and you're like, it wasn't as complicated. I wasn't as busy. There wasn't a lot of stuff as much. So there's a little bit of grandeur in there where you're actually starting to see things more clearly. So it complicates things a little bit, Taurus, because you thought your plan was for it to be a different way and it turned out to be different. So there's that little bit of, you need to go with the flow and kind of see what's going to come, you know. You don't really know, and that's okay. It's not bad. This is how we this is how we find things out, you know. Yeah, be careful of being a know-it-all in February. Keep yourself open, because I see that you're running against the tide or the wall of, I know what to do. I know this is right, or being very strict, or being very confined in your thought patterns and how you talk to people. And that's why I said, like, be compassionate, more open, sort of with the flow. It's important in this energy to be in the flow of things. But I also see it's very conflicting, because you're like, I want to know now where to go. I want to know now what's the best decision to make. What's the best way to go to be in this spot of comfortability that I was trying to get to, you know? Also, the thing with going with the flow, nothing's the matter with that, okay? But instinctively, Taurus, you'll always be on top. So that's something to realize. You always know how to keep yourself above water. And that's what I see, right? The key here is to not get so involved in fear of failure, of making a wrong decision, that you descend into negativity of some kind, being angry, being mad, being frustrated, and then that seeping into other areas of your life. Okay. So, yeah. The key is to move forward. You don't want to get stuck on, I almost feel like you're getting stuck on things that don't matter. Let's say you're frustrated about work, and then you start running around the house arguing about laundry, and it's really not about laundry, you know. So be careful of doing things like that. I also see that you need to take a bit of a deep breath, because I see that things are actually fine. Like, you're not going to like lose your home. You're not going to lose your car. Nothing's bad is going to happen. This is more of ego. I don't want people to see me fail, or what would society think, you know? But you're actually pretty fine. Like, you don't need to be so aggressive in what you're trying to accomplish. This feels very like tight. I have to. These are the rules. In a time where it should be more, this works better than this. Well, I'll try this. If this doesn't work, I'll try something else. You know, there needs to be more of a flow to things, I would say. Okay. Let's get in some more. Okay. So we have strength, 8 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the World, and the Five of Cups. I can see right here there's definitely an energy in February if things are not exactly how you thought it would be. It's like you need to be proud of yourself because you picked yourself up by the bootstraps and you did something that needed to be done. You know, I feel like it took a lot of motivation and inner strength and inner confidence to make a decision that you made. But I feel like you just didn't know. And it's not your fault. It's not like you didn't plan. It's like you just didn't know that it would be like this. You didn't know that there would be different. You didn't calculate that there would be obstacles that you didn't realize. And I just feel like it's because you haven't been there before. It's hard to materialize out of thin air something that you've never experienced, you know? And now I feel like there's a burden for you to be successful and effective. The key is to really like open your mind to things and not get stuck in one way, because I feel like this constricts your ability to manifest and create. When you do that, when you put yourself in a box or give yourself these rules, you're not able to come from a new place with ideas and concepts. Also, I'm seeing like it's okay to feel emotion, because I feel like there's a bit of bottled up, I need to do this quickly, or it's like there's some outside influence of like what society will think or what somebody else will think. And I feel like that's putting pressure on you to make decisions to feel like there's some kind of control. Instead of, but this will cause you towards to make a decision that will work for the time being, but it won't be the best one, you know? Yeah. Okay. I see some balled up anger here, and it's coming out in different ways and in different areas. You're gonna notice that if you don't deal with your emotions, if you don't deal in compassion and love and care, it's going to cause issues in other areas of your life and other relationships and other connections. When you find yourself in that kind of predicament, you need to take a step back. Okay. I would say this is a good time to start meditating and journaling, things like that, to deal with these emotions or these new emotions from coming up. Like a way to deal with them, not a way to hide them or push them away. It's like you don't want to miss the boat, but you're not going to miss the boat. You're really on track. You are. It's just that you're not at the speed I feel like that you want to be, but you are very much on track. Don't ignore that you have a good foundation of some sort, relationship, friend, connection. Don't ignore that just to, don't step on the little person, the little people, the little things in your life. Okay. Make sure you understand that they are also a part of things as well. Okay. I feel like in the past, Taurus, you've been pretty much like, I have all the answers. I'm the ruler of this domain. I know everything type of energy. And unfortunately, that's not going to help you right now in this type of energy. It's just going to keep you, I feel like, in this situation where you have to keep learning and have to keep going through things. Right now, I feel like you're just in a spot of wisdom. You know, you're learning, you're exploring new aspects of your life, new aspects of the world in general by taking this leap of faith. But there's a fear of being out of control and not having the answers, or oh my God, I'm too old to be going through this, you know. But I feel like these are just restrictive thoughts that you really don't need to have. You're doing great. It's just a new situation and a new place to be. Especially with the Four of Wands being here. You're very comfortable and you're very good. You know, I feel like the pace that you're at is a good enough pace. But there's this, it's because you're leaving something behind that I feel like you want to present something more than what you're presenting now. But what I'm seeing is that you're on a good path and you're going a good direction. It's just that it's not as fast as you want it to be, and it's not as planned. It's not going as planned, but it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. Okay. Okay, more. Oof. It wouldn't be a reading of mine if 50 cards didn't fall out. Okay. Okay. So we have the Hermit, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Seven of Cups again, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment. We got something to say about your love life, so stay tuned for that. Eight of Cups, Death, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. And the Knight of Wands wanted to come out to play. Okay. Let's talk about your material life, because I feel like that's what you're the most worried about from this transition or change that you're making. I feel like you have had a lot of things going in your head, like creative ideas, things that you can do, but it takes a leap of faith in order to do those creative behaviors. This isn't a very structured sort of path where you can be like, oh, I'm going to look this up on Indeed and go to this job interview. It's more like you have to do something free flowing. It has that sort of freelance kind of feel to it. I don't know what this is. But I feel like all the ideas that you have built up about this material life, or what you have to have and all these things you have to present to the world, is changing slowly. And this is another thing I feel like that's throwing you off your axis a little bit, Taurus, is because you're realizing that like the things that are important you don't have. It's not cars, it's not money, it's not status, it's other things, you know. So it feels very much to me like you're building from scratch something. Like going into a new field and you don't have the answers because you've never been here before. So you got to like kind of figure it out. You know, that's what it feels like. But I just feel like you're unpacking some unuseful ideas that you've had. And it's rough, but you're going to get there. You'll have the knowledge, because I can see you'll have the knowledge that you're looking for. Okay. Let's go into, I will say this. And I said this during the reading tours, you're going to have to walk away from knowing it all or thinking that you know it all. This is going to be a learning experience. You're going to be gaining a lot of wisdom. So you need to remember to take breaks, to meditate, to gather your strength back up so you don't lash out in negative ways or hurt other areas of your life. This is important, okay? I feel like you want to keep your foundations good. You're going to need them. You're going to need the support from those foundations, okay? So you don't want to mess those up. But like I said, you're dealing with a lack of feeling secure, or like you are the master of this path because it's new and you're not, Okay. So let's talk about relationships, and then let's talk about the energy first. Like your go masculine energy. Look for knowledge. Yeah. Take times to pause, read new books, go on internet searches to gain new knowledge about things that you do not understand, instead of assuming that you can just pull them out of thin air. Okay. You're not manifesting thoughts and ideas. Okay. They have to come from somewhere is what I'm seeing. It's okay. Don't feel like you don't have the power to do what you're doing. So don't give up. Don't feel like you can't do this. It's just that you need to gain knowledge. Okay. Don't lie as well and say that you do know something and you don't. Don't assume. And quick and easy is not always better. So keep that in mind as well. I see a little dissatisfaction with things going very slowly. That's it. It's like things should be going faster. It should be more secure. People should trust me more. But it's almost like you have to prove yourself, but you have to gain more knowledge and wisdom to prove yourself. Okay? So relationships. February, you're running the risk of ignoring a relationship or connection that could be helpful to you. I feel like it's playing a secondary role to you needing to be successful. Okay. So that's a warning for sure. Because I feel like you're going on this journey sort of blankly. It's like you're not coming in with accomplishments. You're not coming in with successes. You're coming in with, I can make this successful from scratch. It feels very much like scratch. And there's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that needs to be done. You want to feel, it's more about you wanting to feel like you are tackling things and you are making a difference or a dent in what it is that you're trying to create. But I feel like you ignoring these connections that you have with others is going to be the problem, because you need this. This is the thing I want to get through to you, Taurus. It's okay to work blindly. Okay. Some of us like to work. I'm a Capricorn. I get it. Right. But when you pause and you need comfort or you need to have a deep conversation, you have to go back to these people that you ignored. Doesn't work like that. Okay. So that's why you have to take a pause to appreciate, to integrate, to take a moment, because they're not going to be receptive They're going to be angsty. Okay. They're going to be like, why should I? I mean, like, you weren't worried about me. You was being snippy with me. You know, they're not going to show up for you the way you want them just because you need them. Sometimes, it's like there's a give and take, a balance that is important here. Okay. So let's get into your spiritual. Let's see what the spirit has for you, Taurus. What do you need to release? Beautiful. I really feel like this is you releasing, like being hot-headed, thinking you have all the answers. You're a student at this point. Storm, letter, fish. Yeah. The complication here, and spirit can see it, the complication is that you don't have all the answers. And I feel like that's hitting you really hard in February, like a semi truck. Okay. But the more that you come to understand that and pay attention to what needs to be learned and gain wisdom with an open heart, things will flow a whole lot better. Okay. Money will start coming in. You will start making strides. You just need to sort of learn how to get through these tough times in a positive way and not dispersing that energy onto other people and other situations. So pay attention. I feel like this is like pay attention to your emotions. And how it's like, yeah, you're frustrated, but you putting that frustration on someone else does make you feel better for that moment. But how does that affect you in the long run? Not good. Okay. All right, Taurus, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.